AAU Overtime Podcast live at the AAU College Hockey National Tournament. Jordan DeLuciano, as always, and joining me once again is the Executive Director, Scott Solomon. Scott, welcome back.
Appreciate you having me back. Busy day here. First Saturday weekend, tons of games today, so a lot of action. Lobby is packed.
Yeah, when we spoke at the beginning of the tournament, it was just D1. It was kind of mellow, but we knew this was coming. The low and now the high peak. Yeah, we've got a packed lobby. We've got games going on everywhere.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, this is what you do it for. Unfortunately, some of our D1 guys are, on the way home, and others are playing tonight. D3, just getting rolling. So, yeah, again, lots of great hockey.
So right off the bat, when you walked in today, we all noticed something different. Just off to our left, we got all the hardware from the NHL Norris Trophy, the Calder, the President's Trophy. How did that come about? Everyone's taking pictures with it on display just off to our left. Pretty cool walking in and seeing that.
It's very cool. I mean, it's very, very cool. So we work with the Hockey Hall of Fame, which is who houses all these wonderful pieces of hardware. So we worked with them, the NHL. Again, all we're trying to do is enhance the player experience. That's been a line since I got here. Want to work hard to maximize the player experience. So with 47 teams in the building coming and going, the hockey is great, interviews are great, your work is fantastic. But what else could we do to possibly enhance the experience? Bringing NHL hardware, photo ops. There's 2 handlers from the Hall of Fame, white gloves, the whole 9 yards. They're out there making sure everything goes smoothly. Thousands of photo opportunities, chances for social media. But again, the onus of it really comes down to just enhancing the player experience here at the national championship.
I think as much as those trophies are awesome, I think we had to get the Stanley Cup there as well.
We tried.
That would have been a tough ask.
We tried. The cup is in. The cup is in Tampa. So no Stanley Cup. Although my daughter,
down there?
I don't know, but my daughter said she has a Stanley Cup.
So do I. I have one.
You have a Stanley
too.
Cup.
It's at home.
So yeah, I didn't necessarily feel like we needed one.
I got one too.
Right.
With the handle, mine's green. Mine's green.
Yeah, we have a cool dozen at home. Yeah, but that's fine. There's multiple daughters.
Yeah. My sister had one, and we used to rip on her with this giant thing.
Now you have one.
She bought me and my brother one for Christmas, and now we use them.
Oh, yeah.
We're part of the trend.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah.
So we didn't need the Stanley Cup. They seem to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, that was my
we should put that on display next to the trophies.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. And say, everyone,
it's in
we
the
got
car. Go grab the Stanley Cup from the car. We'll put it out in the middle.
We're going to put it on display.
But at the end of the day, we tried to get Lord Stanley's Cup. It is in Tampa. I don't know why it's in Tampa, to tell you the truth, but we were told it was in Tampa. Couldn't get it here in time. So we're settling, I guess, for the rest of the hardware.
Right. How unfortunate for the rest of it. Yeah, the Norris Trophy, the Calder, like I said, the President's Trophy. Art Ross, I believe, is over there, just to name a few. And then to our right, we got all of ours as well.
Yes.
1, 2, 3 divisions, women's, and then that one in the middle. That's what's just going to honor all the past and champions, right?
That is our legacy trophy. So we will add a plaque to each winner for multiple divisions. There seems to be a bigger crowd for the NHL trophies.
I think no disrespect to ours, but I mean the competition.
Well, they're only here for the weekend. That's a limited time offer.
Yes.
These are here all week.
They've already seen these already.
Right.
But I saw some family right before we went live. I went to go grab it. There was photo ops being taken with some family members with here. So they're getting their licks in. They're getting their pictures taken with these.
That's fine.
But this year, something you mentioned on a podcast months ago, which was a new addition to the tournament, and you talked about the other day, was overtime. And we're already seeing that overtime, the intensity, the excitement. Just yesterday, that South Carolina bracket alone, their 2 overtime wins. It was crazy.
Yeah, the overtime was something that I said, and I've said it on almost every pod we talk about, because it is a big change. Didn't want to send undefeated 2-0-1 type teams home, made the change. I seem to have, I don't have any connection to South Carolina personally, but I seem to have some clandestine, alignment with them because they had a tough exit last year of the tournament.
Yep.
With unfortunate circumstances. We changed the rule at that first game, and then rule that we adjusted.
Yep, that was crazy.
We had the Quincy wins in overtime this morning.
It was a quick strike. And Kennesaw tied it late, too.
They did.
They did.
They
and
did.
They coughed it up in 15 seconds.
So that was interesting. That was 15 seconds. Kind of felt bad about the ice cut. Made the fans wait. And then all the
15
seconds. The seats weren't even warm yet. Those metal bleachers were still cold. And that game was over. But the overtime has been a home run. There's no way to say otherwise. The overtime has been a home run. I will also just say real quickly, the South Carolina-Niagara overtime game was over 8 minutes of 3-on-3. And I will give, I know Sean was devastated after the loss of Niagara. Al obviously much happier with South Carolina. But both coaches, they had their players patient. They were methodical. They rushed together. They didn't rush the play. They didn't throw the puck around. Both teams knew they were bringing it out of the zone, regroup. Both coaches, tremendous job at understanding what that puck possession meant. Ended on a beautiful goal. Obviously great way to win, tough way to lose. But for our fans, overtime's been a home run.
And 20-minute 3-on-3 overtime, you can't afford to really go run and gun because it's so much open ice. If you go that fast for a 20-minute period, you're going to be shot. So very wisely, they played that period twice. South Carolina in overtimes. Fairfield did the same thing. Niagara did the same. Slow pace, methodical. You have 20 minutes of open ice. You cannot go run and gun. You're going to be really tired.
It was just very impressive possession, understanding the game, rush together, don't get caught out of position. Again, I think it goes to the discipline and the coaching that these D1 teams have.
So throughout the tournament, we have Siobhan doing interviews, myself doing interviews, but your daughter actually interviewed you the other day. So was that her first ever interview in front of the camera? Was that the first time you threw her into the ringer?
That was her first interview ever. My daughter is into sports journalism.
All right.
And she is here working with the crowd, doing some other things, wants to get more into it. Definitely nervous in front of the camera, which is understandable. And at 15, that's certainly fine.
Yeah.
But yes, what a good story. The media team was great. And they kind of pushed that angle of let's have your first interview ever be dad.
It's an easy way to get your shoes wet in the business, have dad next to you during the interview. She even said, the executive director, Scott Solomon, hey, dad.
Yeah, again, wonderful, proud dad moment. I was very happy with it. She asked some great questions. She was prepared. She did get some instructions from Siobhan, understanding where to stand, where to go, some of the nuances of it. And who knows, maybe it launches the career.
Yeah. Do you want to come around and say hi or no?
Come on.
Maybe. Just watch the wiring. I'm going to scoot down. Scott, scoot down. I don't have a chair, though. So she can just lean in.
Come on. Do you want to lean into the shot?
Yeah, there she is.
Hi.
What is your name? I never got your name, actually.
Avery.
Scott's daughter. So what's it like being at this tournament? How's the environment been? And also, how did your first interview go?
It was good. It's fun. I like watching the hockey. The interview was scary.
You'll
It's
get
really
more
intimidating.
Yes, you get the big giant lights there. You know, right now the big crowd. Everyone went back into the rinks, but did you have the big crowd when you did the interview with Dad?
No, just a couple people.
That's how we got to get you more seasoned. We got to get you to do the interview in front of everyone.
Maybe.
But that's how you get broken into it. You know, that's how you get eased into it. But you're also on puck duty. I saw during the Clemson Bishop game.
Yes, me, Sloan, and Bauer. We go up there and we get the pucks.
The players probably definitely appreciate that. You know.
Yeah.
So this is something you want to get into, is broadcasting, interviewing.
I think so, yeah.
You think so? All right, Scott, you on board with that?
I am. She's a sports fan, soccer player, and the next chapter could be broadcasting, and she loves to travel. So there's a good way to see the world.
And in this business is to be a lot of traveling. So that's something you're going to have to get used to. But you ever get a chance to check out the trophy? Are you a hockey fan yourself, or you are? Okay, what's your team?
Devils.
Devils? Oh, they're doing bad this year. They're supposed to do so good.
Ask her why.
Why?
Jack Hughes.
All the girls love Jack Hughes. And he was hurt too, right? He got banged up. Yeah. They just fired Lindy Ruff though. They fired the coach.
Did they?
Yeah, a week ago. You didn't know this?
No, I just like Jack Hughes.
Okay, that's why. That's why she's the Devil fan. It all adds up. But you don't even know they fired the coach last week.
I know they traded someone today. I saw that on the way here.
Probably at the deadline. They did get 2 new goalies though, but I don't think they're going to do that good though. the goalies. You know,
Maybe if they play more Jack.
Maybe if they play Jack. How do you like Luke, his brother, on the back end?
He's cute.
Not as good as Jack Hughes. What about Quinn on Vancouver? Do you know him?
Yes, I don't like Canada.
You don't like Canada? You have something against Canada? Okay, completely
No,
against
not
Canada.
Just like I like the Devils.
You like the Devils because of Jack. Yeah, I know Jack's big with the girls. Yes, but Avery, thank you for giving us your opinions on Jack Hughes. All right, we got to get you back in on the mic again, interviewing more people.
Sloan, you want to come around? Here comes the little one.
We'll get Sloan as well.
So all Sloan really wanted to do is walk around the crowd and talk to people in the crowd. You want to give your intro? So you're going to interview people in the crowd, right? Right? So what are you going to tell them when you walk up to them?
Hi, I'm Sloan Solomon here at the AAU College Hockey National Championship.
And what are you doing?
Interviewing fans in the stand.
Fans in the stands.
Fans in the stands.
It's nice. It's a nice catch. Yeah, it's a good catch line.
It's catchy and it's easy to say. Fans in the stands. What would be your first question? Like you're interviewing a fan, interviewing me. So I'm a fan in the stand. What do you ask me?
What team are you rooting for?
I can't say that because everyone will get mad at me. Actually, I can't. So I'll make up a team. I'm rooting for. Who got knocked out? The Devils. So I'm rooting for the Devils.
Who are the Devils are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for Jack Hughes.
How long have you been watching Jack Hughes?
Since he came in the league, because that's all I watch is Jack Hughes.
How many games have you watched that Jack Hughes played?
See, that she's already doing good. She's asking questions based off my answers, and she's quick. So you're already doing a good job.
At 10 years old, she's ready to go. She's ready to go.
People who've been doing this for a while, they still can't do that, is asking questions based off the person's answers and just being sharp. So good back and forth. Nice job, Sloan.
Thanks.
Nice job. Have you talked to anybody yet or just me?
Just you.
We got to get her talking to someone.
We'll get her. We'll get her out there.
We got to get you a man on the street type of thing.
Yeah, that's what you want to do. Yeah.
All right. Well, Sloan, thank you. Thank you. If you want us to hop on for the rest of it or you want to go back around, you can stay next to Brad. Go back around. Scott kicked you off. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, you got a future in the broadcasting industry with them, too.
They both like it. They both like sports. My son he's not going to come on camera. No chance. But that's okay. Chase, you all right over there? He's fine. Chase is not coming on.
The other two are camera shy, though.
No.
These two, no hesitation.
Well, to be fair, Chase was up with me here setting up the trophies at 8.
Yeah.
They needed to get camera ready. We picked them back up around 10:30, 11.
They did hair and makeup the whole thing?
Yeah, so that was 2.5 hours.
Okay. You take that very serious. Yeah, hair and makeup. So, Scott, so now you got D3 going on today. You know, I was keeping an eye on. It was Clemson up 1-0 on Bishop. Yeah. So how's the D3 environment being today? They kicked things off bright and early, just like D2 yesterday.
I'll tell you, one thing that really stood out to me this morning was, Saturday morning fans. There were tremendous fans. Miami traveled very, very well. That first round game was great. Against William & Mary, they travel well too. Lots of jerseys.
I saw a lot of this morning. I saw a
lot of jerseys. Yep. A lot of fans came in for that. That was, absolutely phenomenal. We already talked about the Quincy-Kennesaw State game. That had a good crowd overtime. That usually helps. Yeah. And then again, D3, the attendance has actually been very, very impressive. Now it helps to start on a Saturday.
Yeah, everyone's off.
Everyone's off. Everyone's coming in. But again, as I said to you last time, 4 national championships. The women are set. Paul Smith College against Tampa tomorrow. Yep. So that will be very exciting to crown our first ever women's national champion. There's a goal.
Someone just scored in the right next to us.
That's the Tampa game, the Tampa D2 game.
And they're against Union. Yeah. Union had a big upset yesterday. They knocked off Tennessee.
It's not an upset depending on who you talk to.
Yeah.
It depends on who you talk to.
Else, they say upset. You talk to Union. I gave Union credit on my pool play show. Yeah, people got mad at me. And I was like, hey, watch out for Union. Everyone's like, oh, who's Union? No one knows about Union. Now you know about Union.
Union won the NCAA D1 national championship. So people who aren't a couple of years ago. If people aren't paying attention to Union, then I'm not sure you're following college hockey. But that was the CHS conference champion, Tennessee.
Of Division II.
Right, of Division II, correct. And Union played them tough all day, back and forth. The back and forth game with a late goal by Union, and they were up again. I don't know what that score was.
Going nuts. I don't know.
I don't know who that was. It's either two.
Dave, who's winning in that game? Union up. So everyone was going nuts for Union. Union's winning 1-0 on Tampa.
Well, so that would wrap up that pool. However, I will tell you that in the Tournament Central, a couple of guys who I think are clinically insane were trying to do the what-if scenarios for the wild card in D2.
On day one.
Yeah, which is insane.
It's insane. You'll be sitting there forever.
And it does. You have to. You're into coin tosses. If Saturn is aligned with the moon, then I don't know what they were. I walked out of that conversation. I'll see you tomorrow.
Let me know when you're done.
I'll see you tomorrow when it just gets cut by 80%.
Yeah, because there's no way that's going to hold. No. One game goes by, that's not going to hold.
But people are diehards, and they were in there, with the calculator, the Acabus, whatever they had out there trying to figure it all out.
That was me with John the Rochester, Gabe, and Michael Perowitz yesterday for Farmingdale Binghamton. We were sitting down like neurosurgeons trying to figure out what was the scenarios. And eventually, after a lot of back and forth, we figured it out. But that was last game. They're trying to figure out wild card scenarios on day one. You're going to be there forever.
But you guys had 3 teams. That's 20 teams.
Yeah, we only had 3. They have 20. Yeah.
So I walked out of that conversation. I go, I'll see you tomorrow when this actually matters.
We got a long way to go.
Yeah, we do.
Tennessee loses that first game, but if you lose your first game, it's not always over, but now at the wild card, there's life now.
Yeah, so I won't say anything, because nothing's over till it's over, as South Carolina has proven twice. But uphill battle, for the Vols. Again, anything is possible, but you give up 5 goals, and that's one of the first tiebreakers is goals against.
Yep.
So tough, but again, nothing's impossible. They win 2 games today and then move forward, get a break here and there with some high-scoring games, and they're right back in it.
And Scott, lastly, we got D1 wrapping up tomorrow, but before we get to tomorrow's national championship, tonight, the main event's 9 o'clock.
Yep.
You got Buffalo, Farmingdale. I'll be on the call for that one. And then Tampa, College Hockey South matchup against South Carolina.
Yeah.
Winners face each other in the title tomorrow.
Yeah, that should be incredible. Certainly Buffalo with a big, what I will call an upset against Bonnies, even though they beat them in the conference playoffs 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
But still a tremendous game there. Coach pulls the goalie, tie game. Again, great story. And South Carolina, Tampa. Tampa beat them once during the regular season, and they tied.
Did they tie Bonnies and Buff during the year?
No. You were paying attention over there. Yeah. No, you're caught off. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. I did. So you need to listen.
South Carolina, Tampa.
I gotta be honest. Sloan listened better than you.
Yeah, than me. Well, I'd Rock distracting me. He's right there.
Okay. Yeah. So at the end of the day, what I was saying was that Tampa beat South Carolina, and then South Carolina and Tampa tied in their second appearance when they played.
And then we have Buff Farmingdale. This is their second matchup. They're going to see each other this year. Buffalo had a 2-0 lead at home in the first period against Farmingdale, and it evaporated. So a little bit of a chip on their shoulder.
Again, trust me, I've said it before, I'll say it again. You can run this Division I national championship 10 different times and have 7 different winners, especially if you redraw these pools. It's all about matchups, staying out of the box, and you will see the big question, which is depth. Today will be a depth question. Who has 4 lines? What players are rested? And again, you got to stay out of the box, keep the legs moving. That will determine day 4 here for them.
Yeah, it's you got to win 5 games in a row in 5 days. Day 1 and 2, you might feel fresh, and then the first day of a pool play, it's a whole new type of feeling.
Yes,
with the body aching, you're feeling a little more fatigue, and now it's a long day. You're sitting around doing nothing, and then you got to get ready for a 9 o'clock start.
Again, it's all about preservation, and again, keeping up with what you need to do to make sure that you're ready for 9 o'clock. Hydration, everything else. We don't need to get into that, but again, there'll be 2 tremendous games.
And who we got walking in right now?
Vandy.
I'm trying to look at the bags that are
Vandy.
walking. Vanderbilt?
I think that's what the bag said.
I was missing the bags. I saw Eagles, probably some travel team bag, but probably Vanderbilt. I think they do have a game coming up tonight. They're on the 6 o'clock watch. So alongside the AAU Executive Director, Scott Solomon, and his daughters as well, thank you for popping on the podcast. Jordan DeLuciano for the AAU Overtime Podcast. Thanks for joining us. We got a long way to go, long stretch of games for the weekend. We will see you at the